Hey guys, Dr. Sean here. We're going to go through things that cause us abdominal pain, bloating, gas, distension. And I thought this would be kind of fun. We got asked this on Facebook the other day. And it's very, very common. How common? I don't think there's a person in the country that doesn't suffer from this at one time or another. So 100% of the people. Now, how do you know? How can we back that up? Doc, you're talking statistics. How do we know these things? Look at the top 3 things that we're allowed to treat ourselves for. This is what the healthcare industry says. Look, we're not that great at it. We're going to dump it in your lap and let you treat yourself for this. Dr. Loomis, one of my mentors, pointed this out to me years ago. Number 1, painkillers. You're allowed to go to the store, buy a painkiller over the counter, treat yourself. If it doesn't work, then you can go see a doctor who will give you a better painkiller. How about bloating, gas, distension, heartburn, reflux, antacids? All the proton pump inhibitors are all over the counter, guys. They're all up to you. And then finally, constipation and diarrhea. Now you look at those things. 2 of the 3 deal with the GI tract. It deals with your gut. So when bloating is such a big deal for the body, and you're allowed to treat it yourself, you guys start thinking, all right, something's not right here. So where do you start? What is bloating? Let's start there, right? It occurs in different spots in the body. It can be in the upper chest area. You can bloat right to the middle where you get the food baby after you eat or drink. And you can get it in the lower abdominal area where your bowels get all gurgly and start swirling around on you. So what is it then? Bloating, guys, can be 2 things. It's either fermentation of a food, and that's usually a sugar of some sort. You ate an alcohol or something of that nature, and we'll go through a few of them here in just a second. But you put something in that caused it to ferment. You couldn't break it down, and so you have a fermentation process, very much like how you make alcohol. Another thing that can do it would be the gallbladder itself, but it'll occur much, much later. And this is how you know. When it's fermentation, it'll be almost instant. Yeast and things like that, they'll start eating it, they'll ferment the food, and within a half an hour after you eat, you're swelled out. If it comes on 2 hours later, now you start thinking, well, that's way, way longer than fermentation. That's more putrefaction. It's a rotting effect in the gut. And that happens when the gallbladder is getting involved and can't do its job to help stimulate proper digestion. So you've either got rotting or fermenting. And neither one of those sound real, real spectacular. So what rots? Let's start here. Huh? We're on vacation right now. It just happened that these are in the room. Not picking on a brand or anything, but guys, candies. Absolutely. It's sugar. It's milk chocolate. It's all those wonderful things that we like to eat. They get down in there, though, and we don't have the enzymes to break them down adequately. And that's why they ferment. How about these little guys? Chips, pretzels, pictures, they all get in there in the body. Oh, it has trouble, and it can ferment and bloat you. And then, of course, we're always looking at the good stuff, right? We like the wine. I'm Irish. This is how it works in our family. So if you drink, if you eat candies, if you eat chips or salty things of that nature, they can bloat you and give you gas. You know what, guys? This is really scary. Even vegetables can. You know, if you get a lot of raw vegetables in there, you don't chew it real well, it's hard for the body to break that down, and it can bloat and distend you. So what do? You examine, examine, examine. You cannot cookie cutter somebody. You have to get away from what I call the Betty Crocker doctor, where you pick up your book and say, oh, he's got bloating and gas. Give him these 6 things.
Hey, Doc, what about babies?
Oh, absolutely. You know, and babies are really interesting because if you're looking at a baby, today we formulate things so much with formulas. Well, formulas aren't real. No matter how much a company wants to tell you that, oh, we've done better than Mother Nature. No, you haven't. So babies don't really even have a great digestive system, and we see a lot through our practice today. I mean, how many of you out there, when you think about it, you hear, oh, Mrs. Smith had to give her baby a proton pump inhibitor, a heartburn medication. How does a baby get heartburn? They can't digest the food you're giving them. So if you give them an enzyme to help break that diet down, then they can get around that formula. So it's a great, great question. Now, how do I do it? One of my favorites. I absolutely love this product, and I use it a lot with children. It's very simple. It's very easy. It's called LAC, L-A-C. The LAC just means that we're dealing with lactose, milk sugars, dairy sugars, but it also breaks down grain sugars, fruit sugars. It helps to digest those things, and that helps control all that gas and all that bloating. I'm Dr. Sean, guys. I hope that helps.